Testing. Do we work now? I'm confident that we're on. After Twitch had its giant. Well, it'll take a minute to turn online for you because you guys will be like a little bit of delay.
Right.
After Twitch's accounts got hacked, we're back and good to go.
We're good.
All right. Okay, guys. Welcome back to Game Developers Club for the spring quarter.
I don't have ad block.
All right. That's too bad. So let's go ahead and kind of pick up where we left off. Maybe might be good. Actually, let's start. What'd you guys do? Anybody do anything cool over spring break?
Not really.
Anything?
Went to Bangalore again.
That's cool.
Looks like we're.
I was making a game for the mini Ludum Dare.
Nice. Very
It
cool.
didn't work.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I should have done that. I programmed a new game this weekend or this week too. It's last week. It was kind of basic 2D. Hey. I'm sure you saw the message. We're in a new room, new location, mixing it up, getting real fresh. That's why everyone who's looking at home sees this camera and they see from this point of view versus from that point of view. Right?
Oh,
See?
yeah.
It's all crazy. Crazy. Anyways, yeah. So, you do anything cool over spring break, Matt?
Nope.
Chilled.
Yeah.
A lot of chilling. Lots of chilling. So, I'm gonna show you guys the game that I made while I was on break. Really basic. It's a basic platformer, and it has no art. So I had this guy who I used to play Warcraft with back in the day. He contacted me, and he wanted to make a game. And he's an artist, so I was like, cool, man. I just need an artist, and then I can do all the programming. So I'm gonna show you guys. What I made. Pretty basic so far. And then so we have these different worlds, right? Different worlds they will be there. But there's only 5 levels right now, and I don't even think all 5 of them are finished. But the basic idea of the game is, oh wait, let's not do this tutorial level. Let's just do level 1, right? So the basic idea of this game is you have this little bar here, and this is like your energy bar, and the more things you pick up, the more energy you gain. The more energy you have, the faster you go. I think that the general direction of this game is you're going to be this like businessman, and he needs to get to. Here, actually, let's restart real quick. So you're going to be this businessman. That's what this blue cube is going to be, and then over in this green area is going to be like your office or whatever. You know, like you have to get to somewhere, maybe a business meeting or something, and so. You need to get there as fast as possible and pick up as much coffee along the way. So all these little things floating out on the ground are coffee. So so levels start out zoomed out like this, and then you click ready. It's going to zoom in on the character, and then you hit start. Then you just pick up coffee to keep going. The camera lerps out depending on how much speed you have. So if you get going really fast, you can see more of the ground. The jumping scheme though is once you're in the air. You can really move, like you can't move quite as much as you can move while you're on the ground, you know, and that's kind of this game's, that's sort of the gimmick, I guess, of this game. And then you go to finish level, set best times for all the different worlds, and that's kind of this is what I did over my last week. This is pretty eventful. Woohoo! Right. So that's my game. I should have done that and presented it at Ludum Dare. Right? The mini one?
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. Let's hop back into our game. But I was thinking we could use stuff from that game, like the way the camera's lerping in and out. I think that we should set our zoom. We could probably change our zoom to something like a lerp instead of it being so rigid. I don't know, just little ideas. Alright, got the sound going, we're all good. So, anything specific you guys want to hop into? Do you guys have any questions about anything also? Anything along those lines? Anything at all? Okay. Then I think maybe we should go into doing multiple terrains. Maybe we could add another terrain and start and maybe connect them.
Should we do scenes?
We should all do scenes. Maybe we should start assigning scenes per people.
I think it'd be good to teach how to integrate scenes together.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I know we could take terrains and we could attach the terrains, but I don't know how you take full scenes and integrate them
You
together.
get to a certain spot, and you tell it to load the other level.
Oh yeah, we could do that. I don't think that's how our game. I think our game's gonna be all one scene.
Then you just do another train on this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'd attach terrains to it. But if we could make like a seamless loading, that'd be maybe better.
It'd be really fast.
Well, it just depends on how much what's in the level, right?
A tiny little train.
Maybe. I don't know if it's gonna be tiny though. Right? I mean, it's gonna be pretty big. This terrain that we have right here is way smaller than what even our one of our starting islands are gonna be.
Okay.
So we have to have a huge amount of
Maybe
terrain.
we should start by making an actual size train to figure out what we want each island to be.
Well, we know what we want the islands to be. We've gone over that. We should probably assign islands to people.
Okay.
So let's run down to the board. To the board, and we'll switch this up. Okay, so we got world 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I guess we shouldn't call these worlds islands. Alright, so does anyone have any preference on the island that you guys take? Alright, we have the raft, glider, grappling hook. What else we have?
Bridge one.
Bridge. Mm-hmm.
Oh, communications one. Was that one?
Comms, yeah. Comms center one. Alright. Who wants to, do you guys have any preferences? I know that you kind of started on the glider one, right? You want to take the glider one?
Yeah, I was working on that one and the raft one, so.
Okay, we're on both.
Oh,
yeah,
bridge.
unless somebody else wants
Bridge
to.
sounds fun.
Okay.
So I'll take at least, I don't even know.
So I'm gonna pull up our Trello real quick so I can have it in here. Alright, so here's our island layouts, right? Rough island layouts.
The one with the maze seemed interesting to me.
Maze one, which one was that?
I think that was a
Island
grappling hook.
three? Okay.
Yeah, it was, that's right.
Okay, you can take grappling hook then. We might all need to take multiple ones though.
I got 1 and 2, since those were the ones I was working on. Glider and raft.
Okay. Alright, sounds good. I'll be right back. One second. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Now we're just gonna be sitting here streaming. Nothing.
It's catchy.
It is.
Um, It's cheating.
What?
Keep me up to date with all the Unity news, deals, and events. And I agree to the terms and
Oh.
service.
Really? I
What
haven't
a
seen
dick.
that. That's dumb. Hey, quick question. When you create a
Isn't
terrain,
that like rude?
when you create a terrain and try to scale it, doesn't it do that?
Don't do that. Go to the cogwheel.
Okay, that's what I was doing, but I thought
And yeah.
these, right?
Yeah, just change this to all
Okay.
2,000.
Wasn't sure if that was normal.
Should be pretty friggin' big. Let's see. I'm a student in Afghanistan.
Hey, I was playing on a new scene. When I created a terrain, it started doing that, and I deleted the terrain and it stopped.
Wait, sorry, say that one more time?
I was just playing on a new scene, and I created a terrain, and it started doing that thing, and I deleted the terrain and it stopped. So it's the terrain that's doing it. If that makes,
Weird.
yeah, it's very weird. Do you create 3D
Let me take a look.
objects? Okay.
I wonder if it's probably an asset that's along with the terrain then.
You go to 3D object and then terrain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There it goes, see? And then-
It's done.
Did it? Okay, well, let's see.
I mean, it's a loading bar. You guys understand that, right?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. Oops. There it goes again.
Okay. Make it 5,000 by 5,000. How long does it take to load?
Maybe that's too big. So there it goes, stops. No.
No, it's just loading. It's just taking its time. 511 plus string 54 shots.
There it is. 61. So anyway, that was just some, so it's the terrain. I deleted it. There.
Well, yeah, but it's just because it's building everything in your scene and there's nothing in your scene at that point,
I guess. Okay.
right? I think.
Right, I guess.
I think that's how. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. But if it's not causing major problems and you can still build stuff, you can probably just
Yeah.
ignore it for now. I don't think that it's going to make a huge difference.
Mhm. We'll see. Oh,
I mean, you know, if you, I think that's probably. I don't know what else we're going to be able to do besides being able to work around it.
okay.
What size is this terrain, though? We have here. So this one, so the base one that we started with was 2,000 by 2,000.
Mhm.
I wonder if that's too big. Also, try making one that's 2,000 by 2,000 and see if it's just the train size. Maybe
That's too big.
'Cause that seems pretty small
well,
for.
I'm saying I'm saying too big in the sense that because it loaded 500 by 500 perfectly fine. Then when she did 5,000 by 5,000, it didn't load.
Mhm. It's loading. It's on create system.
Now my next thing is we're gonna try deleting the camera.
Okay.
If it doesn't load.
It's loading. It's been working
Okay, slowly going up there.
slowly.
Have you ever had this problem before? I've never seen it either. But Unity 5's
Do
got
we
a
have a
lot
name
of,
for this game?
no, just GDC practice project.
Super mega awesome robot world 1. Go.
Oh,
Go.
I love how that happens. Windows 8, you're my hero.
So it's going, but it's just taking a long time. So it must be the size of the terrain, especially once I start, raising and lowering height and stuff.
See, I'm wondering
That's
if.
what messes
Oh, you
up.
delete the camera though, and it's
Camera
still,
and the light and everything.
it's still going awfully slow.
Yeah. We'll see. I'll look that up now that I know what the issue is. It's just-
Well, I don't think it's just the terrain. Honestly, I think it's probably the terrain and the water and just everything that it's trying to render, and that's causing it to clog up maybe.
Mhm.
But I don't know. That seems so weird.
Must be a way to speed it up.
Or a way to bypass.
There's something about baking. Light ones. Well.
Try lowering the resolution, height map resolution, detail resolution, control
Where is that?
text resolution, and base text resolution. It's under the settings in your terrain.
Okay.
And it's just under resolution. It's right underneath width and height.
It is. So.
And
let's
like-
see. Resolution.
See if that change. I mean, I don't know if that'll help, but because if you lower that resolution, it's probably, it should have less to render.
5 of 11 clustering,
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
54
you're getting that
jobs,
too, huh?
52 jobs, 50 jobs.
You're getting that too.
52 jobs.
Try lowering these resolutions and see if that changes anything.
it's going. I lowered this one or this one or something.
I'm just gonna wait until this is done loading.
Right, it just sits there, trust me.
Mine's finishing jobs.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know, guys.
22 jobs.
Once you
Unity
start-
5. Unity 5 is
One
getting.
jobs.
Unity 5 is not being our friend right now. This
Once
spring.
you start messing with it, it'll clog up. Cause like I had, water and I had hills and stuff.
What you're plucking away there, Matt? Where are you at?
Huh?
All right, what train size are you doing? 500 by 500?
Well, right.
I think
set
by
it to-
default it's 500, but
Oh, I changed it. I tried changing the scale, but I didn't actually see.
hit the settings cogwheel and then go down. I mean, 2000 by 2000, and you're getting no rendering problems.
Are you on?
But I
the-
Try
haven't-
going to
but I
5000 by
haven't,
5000.
I haven't upgraded Unity on this.
So you're on Unity 4?
computer yet, Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Unity
yeah,
4 isn't.
probably.
I think these are just bugs of Unity 5 maybe.
I think it is too, and I think that's almost sort of safe to say that it's just Unity 5 bugs.
A little bit.
Oh, which is kind of a. Well, wait. Why don't I try it?
What do you want?
5,000.
Huh?
What's yours at on the
Zap.
jobs?
On the what? Oh, well, I lowered resolution, it's on 7 of 11 light transport and it stopped there. 60 jobs.
You're stopped at 60?
Yeah,
Okay, mine's at 62 right now.
You on 5,000 by 5,000?
I think I did 2,000 by 2,000.
and I lowered resolution to like 500.
I don't know. It's got to be PC specific then, because I'm at 5,000 by 5,000 and it did it fine. It's
Yeah.
not no problems.
Maybe it's a processor or it's sitting down.
There's no way this computer's fast as hell.
Yeah, whatever, I don't know.
Okay. Well, whatever. Let's go back. Let's assign.
You still at 60?
It's at 58 now,
Yeah, I'm at 59 now.
it's a race.
See, what I wanted to do was go into our Trello group and grab our guys' names, and drag and drop them onto here. I think that'd be the best, but I don't think we can do that.
You can just write them.
Drag and drop onto where?
Like,
I think what this
drag and
is,
drop
is
that, but I don't think
they
that.
probably added a bunch of features to
I don't think that-
training, like
Probably.
I don't think that that's helping at all.
waypoint mapping and like all sorts of different lighting things.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet it's just trying to render everything.
Yeah, it's just trying to get everything.
You could make separate cards for each island and just.
Oh, and assign them that way.
Yeah, that would be way better. That way we can post ideas.
Yeah, for each island, that's good.
Good call. We'll do that. We'll do that. I'll do that another time. Let's assign the islands right now. Okay, so you wanted glider and raft, or just glider?
One or the other, I guess.
I guess you guys will just pick one, right?
Hmm?
Because we have 5 people, so we could all probably take an island. I think.
Okay, I'll do glider, sure.
Okay. You said you wanted the maze?
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's all good.
All right, and then any preference, Mike?
No.
No. Okay. You can do the column. You can do the raft. I mean. And then I'll do the communications level. And now we can go through. Now we have a. Those kind of give us something to do. I mean, I guess that's totally on. That's completely my bad for not like kind of giving you guys tasks to do.
Oh,
But now if we actually have things in our free time, even though now we're all going to be swamped with school, but that's okay. But all right, so let's take a look here. Let's just go through these things kind of quickly. I want to view this full screen, but I guess I can't. Okay, so Island 4. Oh, I guess Island 4 is. Mix these up. All right. Now we got this assigned. Good. So everybody, make sure go take a look at your island, right, and just kind of get a rough idea on how you want to do it. Again, this isn't set in stone. We're not like this is how we have to have it done. But I think if each of us take an island, and then we kind of all come together and maybe we'll make the final one together, like the main island. We could all work on parts of that. I think that would probably be the best way of doing it.
Do we want to collaborate on like what kind of trees we're going to use across?
Yeah, we want it all to be like uniform, right? We don't want so many
Really?
palm trees.
Not
and
like
others
different
moving.
biomes?
To a small degree, yeah. What I'm saying is we don't want like someone to have like a totally tropical island and someone else have an island that's like completely like a dense forest, or like a desert. Like that just wouldn't make sense.
It should be the same environment, I think.
More or less. I mean, we can have like
Kind of
small.
like sand on the beach and
Yes.
trees inland?
Yeah. Sand on the beach, trees inland, but for the most part, we should have the same. Within like maybe 3 different types of trees altogether, and then we could just randomly place those out
Yeah.
throughout. But we shouldn't all have different types of trees and different types of structures on our islands.
Like one palm tree, one evergreen tree, one some kind of thing, right? The same one. That would be
Yeah.
whoever we want.
Yeah, we could have like one Douglas fir. We could have one conifer. I don't actually know trees. I'm just making stuff up. Yeah, thank you.
You want like one of us, the 3 of us, to create a tree?
Yeah, if you guys want, that's for sure. I mean, you guys were how to do the trees.
I think we
We
should
can do
have
the
like
trees in Blender.
2 different types of trees, and then maybe like 3 different types of like bushes, just so that we can fill.
Yeah, I think but let's not worry too much about the bushes and trees and stuff because that's just going to be like an art asset that we're going to be more or less applying across the board. Let's more focus on like if you guys are going at home and you're like working on stuff, don't worry so much about like getting a good looking tree or anything. Like get a nice terrain laid out the way you kind of want it to be laid out in the way that at least matches the map or doesn't match the map, but there's a reason why it doesn't match the map, right? I mean, at least have a reason why you're building it the way you're building it.
Another thing is if you say you want like a hut or something, just put a block there.
Yeah.
Do the art later.
Or just create some prototype?
Or just this crappy prototype hut. Just take this and throw it on there.
Oh, question. I created a house, but the top, like the roof doesn't, I remember you were saying something about building the tree and it doesn't recognize it, or building a house. It doesn't recognize walls for some reason in certain situations.
Yeah. So I'll just reiterate that. So Blender. When you made it in Blender, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So like if you have a box in Blender, it's only rendering the outsides, right? If there's ever a wall in between, like if it's ever looking in both directions and there's a wall, if it ever knows there's 2 walls between it, then it automatically says to itself, don't render this because you're inside of it. Only render it from the outside in. So if you're building a house and you have if your ceiling or your walls or whatever are built as just one line essentially going through, then you'll see it from this point of view from the outside, but you won't see it from this point of view, right? So if you have like normal walls, but this is just one line thick, right? You're not going to see any ceiling when you're looking from the inside out. So every wall has to be at least 2 thick. I mean, that's pretty much the only major rule. There'll be some problems though, to where you'll have, if you're trying to make like this point here, you'll have these vertices might bleed through up to above it, and that'll cause the same kind of problems because it'll think that that's the inner wall when you're looking at it from the outside also, and then so you'll look straight through.
Okay.
But for the most part, that's not. For the most part, that's all you gotta do. You just gotta make sure that everything's basically built out of a block. You can't really use planes, I guess is the word I should be using. Yeah, that's just kind of the main one. But for now, I mean, if you want to just throw in some sample hut, like I would just say, just use this one, just because it's there.
Sure.
And you can go inside of it. We'll definitely have something better than that. Or if we do end up using this, we'll end up texturing it a lot better or something. Yeah. So, cool. So let's all try to get these done maybe by this week or something. We'll meet up again. We're going to be meeting up again on Wednesday, and so maybe some of us will have something done in there. I'll try to get my island done. At least the layout. I mean, don't worry so much. Also, don't worry so much about texturing it or making it look really pretty or anything, or even adding water or anything like that. Like all that stuff we'll put in later. Just try to get the basic form of it. And for the maze, because you're gonna be doing that maze level, feel free to kind of do it however you want. Maybe don't even use the terrain to make the maze. Maybe we'll
maybe like use Blender and kind of make a kind of like imagine like an ancient
yeah, like a ruins sort of thing. That's kind of what I was thinking too. That'd look good. That'd look good, yeah. Because then we don't really have to focus too much on. Because we don't really want to focus so much on getting everything built in Unity. We want just kind of the basic guts of it to be there, and then we can patch those together, and then we can get a world that's starting to feel more real, I guess. So, I guess let's talk about how big we want it to be. So this terrain is 2,000 by 2,000. I think it's still too small. Because we don't want our island to be like our little starting islands. We want it to be bigger than this, right?
Well, what if you did the island actually 2,000 by 2,000, got rid of all the water on the outside and actually made that terrain?
Right.
And then we just do a terrain of water between all of the islands.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Instead.
I don't think we need to bump it up continuously. Because
I guess if we do 5,000 by 5,000, it's a huge map,
it
right?
takes 10
That's gonna be
minutes. to-
25,000 by 25,000 plus whatever our main one is gonna be. So 2,000 is probably good because that'll keep us at 10,000 by 10,000. Plus, and then maybe we'll make our main island maybe 5,000 by 5,000 or something like that. And then I guess ultimately we'd be looking at like, yeah, still about 20,000 by 20,000, but that's okay. If the whole thing, including the water separating it and everything, is about 20,000 by 20,000, I think we'll be okay. So, all right, so we'll stick with that then. I like that, 2,000 by 2,000, and let's focus on just making the islands, the whole island, utilizing it for the most part.
Finished.
You done? You made your whole island already?
No, finished doing its thing.
Oh, finished loading?
Oh, finally.
Cool. That's good. Are you still going over there, Abby?
I've been switching around, but 2,000 by 2,000, you said?
Yeah, let's start there. And I mean, you can always turn down the resolution. The only thing is, though, if we want it to be uniform, so whatever resolution you're running with, make sure that we're all on that using that same resolution for our terrains, because we don't want one terrain to be like all the textures are going to be all spread out and look less graphical, and then you go to this next terrain and all like super crisp. That'd look weird.
Do we want to agree on that now? I'm doing.
Well, let's find out.
Default.
We don't have to do that right now because we can always change these numbers later. We just need to make sure that by the time we're done with them, all the numbers are synced up. So just find whatever works on your system best,
Okay.
and then we can base it off that, I guess.
My suggestion is just open a 2,000 by 2,000 and just walk away and go do something else, and then let that load. That's what I just let it load, and then it didn't have a problem where you closed.
Okay.
Well, if you're
We're working on it.
if it's still doing the clustering thing, can you manipulate that terrain
Yeah. The
while it's
problem-
clustering? It's still fine.
I thought so. Yeah, it does. The one thing was that I was doing that, and then sometimes if I go back and start playing, running around with the character, he would just like fall through some land, like randomly, because of areas that I manipulated. But if I exited out and came back in, it worked fine. Like the editor didn't get to making it.
Unity's weird like that. Sometimes
It's-
the physics in the engine will get bogged down, and then it'll just cause the game to run really weird.
Yeah.
Like I left my Unity open last night. I was working on that platformer game, and I left my engine open last night. And then I came back this morning just to do some last little touch-ups here and there, and just the physics was just completely out of whack. Like I could only jump half the amount that you normally are supposed to be able to jump, and he was falling super hard. He was falling through the earth a bunch. And I just closed out Unity and I reopened it, and it worked fine. So if you're ever like, I don't know what's going on, there's some weird bug happening, just close out Unity and reopen it, and that might fix it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, I could do it and work. So.
All right. Cool. Cool.
Okay.
Well, do you guys have any other questions? I think we're gonna probably call it here for the day. I think that we all kind of have tasks now that we can go do. We're ending a little bit early, but that's fine. It's first time back. We had to get everything all back in order. Cool. All right. Well, that's everything. Then we'll catch you guys all later. Yeah. Remember, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and we'll see you guys.